day, good people. It is Stephanie, and I am back at it with another video. I want to go ahead and apologize for the lighting because it is nighttime at the time of this recording, but I was just in the mood to play with my inks, and so I figured why not record and take you guys along with me. Um, the first thing I'm gonna mess around with and check out is a pen swap, and ink swap that I did with a new pen friend. We chatted online and decided to swap some inks. She sent me a cute little box full of inks right here and a cute little note. So I am excited to get into these inks. I am not as well put together as she was. She sent me a link and I was able to, check out her stash and decide what I'd like to try. And I'm not that organized yet. And here I thought I was. So I have some work to do. But nonetheless, I want to jump in and look at these inks. And I looked through my stash and I said, how do I want to swatch these? And I realized I had a pack of these Wear and Go cards, little ink swatching cards. Not sure when I bought them, but I think I got them from Goulet. So I'm going to use them to try out these inks. So let's just go ahead and get started. I got a little inky washcloth here, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, this first ink is from Birmingham Pen Company, and it is called Gunpowder. You guys know I shake my inks out of habit. Sorry. And what I'm also going to do, let's slide these over just a little bit, is I'm going to swatch it on this card, but then I'm also going to make a card because that is how I catalog my inks. And I've been falling behind on that as well. So I'm just going to use my time here tonight with you guys to try to get caught up a little bit. And again, this is Birmingham Pen Company, and this is called Gunpowder. Okay, so we're going to swatch here. And we're going to swatch here. It's coming out dark, but it is a gray, kind of like gunpowder. So I'm sure that's where they got the name from. Okay. And I'm just going to put BPC gunpowder. And then again for my swatch card, let me move that. And this is again a Birmingham Pen Company. Stuck my finger in it. Gunpowder. Okay. All right. The next one is also a Birmingham Pen Company ink, and it is Eucalyptus Stem. So I'm guessing we're going to have some green if it's following behind, the eucalyptus leaves. And I can see some green in that already. Oh, that's a pretty. That's a pretty deep green. I like that. Let's make a card of it. splash something on that card. Oh, that's a pretty green. I would put that in my winter green collection. The other day I discovered Lost in the Leaves by Ferris Wheel Press. I think it's a newer ink for them. Fell in love with that ink and deemed it my winter green. But now this eucalyptus stem is giving it a run for its money. So I'm going to set that over there to remember. Well, Stephanie, you didn't write anything. Again, this is a Birmingham Pen Company. Sorry if you can hear my washing machine. I always tell y'all that my craft room sits right beside it. And then I run it and then decide, oh, I'm going to film. Right, with all of that in the background. So I do apologize. And now I'm trying to write this and hold this sample. I'm going to get it together. I promise. I'm going to get it together. Okay. Next, we have a Ferris Wheel Press Beaver Dam Brown. I've heard about this ink, and honestly, I thought I already had it as a sample. And then I double checked, and I do not. So, let's get this down. See, now, I was assuming this to be brown, and I'm sure it is a brown, but it's got a little purpley tint to it to me. Was it supposed to? Y'all let me know in the comments. Because I was thinking straight up brown. I'm just making a mess of the swatch. Yeah, I was expecting in the true brown family. But that's okay. And this is Beaver Dam Brown. Okay. This is Ferris Wheel Press. Beaver Dam Brown. Okay. Still learning this nib a little bit, or this dip pen rather. Okay. And sorry guys, I get quiet on you when I'm concentrating, so I do apologize. And maybe in the future I can do something maybe with some music or something to cut off that awkward silence. Okay, now we have this is interesting. This is Dominant Industry Dusk, and it's got a shimmer. And it's also, she wrote on here that this is a Cult Pens exclusive. So that's going to be interesting too. Cult Pens, that's a company I hadn't heard of in a while. I mean, I shouldn't say hadn't heard of. Haven't perused or checked out. When I first started, I think I did purchase a few items from them, but that's one I don't tend to go back to. No particular reason. Okay. It's a purple, but right now I think a lot of that may be part of the water on this speedball nib. So let's see if the swatch is that watery. Well, yep, it is. Okay. And I forgot just that fast that this does have a shimmer in it. So let's see. And again, this is Dominant Industry and it's simply called Dusk. Let's put that over here so I don't make a mess. Dominant Industry. And this is called Dusk. Okay, and I'm going to move the card, but you know what? I'm just going to write Dusk here. NDI. Because this is just for sample's sake, so it's okay. I think if I just put everything on my card that I know I'm going to put in my file, we'll be good to go. All right. The cap for Dusk. Okay, next we're going to do another Birmingham pen company. It's called Jade Inferno. Looks to be turquoise-y. Turquoise-y. Just making up stuff. Looks to be turquoise-ish. You know what I'm trying to say. It's turquoise, y'all. How about that? And it's pretty. Now that's pretty. Oh, now I like that. That is pretty. You see, I didn't even have to re-dip it to do the swatch card. That's a nice color. Tell me, how can I make this color part of fall? It's not a traditional fall color, but it's not like a light turquoise to take us back to summer. That's pretty. I do like that. Jade Inferno. It's a Birmingham pen company. Very nice. Sorry if you heard that fumble. I was checking my mic. I didn't know if it had gone out. So I apologize if I just made an unpleasant noise. Okay. Let's see. I can skip that one only because I already own that one. Okay. Colorverse Christmas Star. And it appears to have some shimmer as well. Okay. Colorverse Christmas Star. Let's see what we got. Do we have something to use for Christmas? Could be, could be not. Who's to say? Put in the comments if you know where that quote comes from. Or that line, rather. Let's see. Christmas Star is light. And I'm going to shake it up again, guys, because I think I let the shimmer fall back down or rest just that fast. I'm going to put some right here. Now, I'd love to know how they came up with this name, but I guess it does say star, so maybe that's where the brightness and the shininess come from, because that has to be it for this color. Then again, you know, hey, nobody asked me and they came up with the name they wanted to use. How about that? Colorverse. I don't know why I'm doing that to myself. Colorverse. Because then I'll be the first one to say, I don't like that sample, but I'm the one that made it look like that. Christmas star. Okay. I dropped Christmas star on my mat. And in case you guys were wondering, this mat is actually cloth. I know you can't tell through the screen, but this is a cloth mat made to look like, of course, wood. But it's to protect my white table so it can get all the stains it wants to. It's doing its job. And I just dropped some more. I'm just flinging Christmas star everywhere. Okay, let's move on, Stephanie, because you are now officially making a mess. Okay, guys, just a few more. All right, another Birmingham Pen Company Interstellar Bronze. I remember that name because I think I remember asking specifically to try this one. Birmingham Pen Company Interstellar Bronze. Sorry, I'm making all the noise. And I'm going to put that in this bigger picture. Okay, yeah, because if you can see it, it's going down dark, but it's pulling green and a little yellow. I don't know why I try to pretend like I care to keep it in the image, because really I don't. I just try to do as much as I can to see how the color's really going to perform. Okay, yeah. That's a green pulling the yellow. But I like it. It wasn't a shimmer. But you guys know I shake all the colors out of habit. And I keep recapping it before I write anything. Luckily, I only have 2 colors left. So the torture won't be much longer. If you're still here with me, give me a thumbs up or something. Please. Let's see. Interstellar Bronze. I like it though. It's kind of funky, but I like it. And it looks like it's going to dry pretty nice as well. Interstellar Bronze is the color. Is this an older color? Is this something you guys have heard of before that was new to me? So I was very interested in, the color. Hang on, let me get this dip pen, get the water out. Does anybody else get water up in their Hokoro nib? Okay. And Ferris Wheel Press writing desk. Definitely have heard about this one and wanted to try it as well. So let's see what we got. Well, it says writing desk. Maybe that's what it is. It writer's desk? Writing desk? Semantics right now. You guys know what we're trying to say. We're going to test it out. And again, don't mean to make all that noise. Let's see what we got. A nice brown. With a little orangish tint to it. Okay. It's not a Dr. Stephanie video if there's not a mess, especially when it comes to ink. So sorry. Ferris wheel press. Writing desk. I'm going to move that to the other side. Ferris wheel press. Writing desk. So tell me, do you guys do ink swaps with friends or even with strangers for that matter who then become friends? This has been like my 4th one that I've done, and I have to say I do enjoy them. It definitely helps, especially if you're one of the people that, you say we're going to try and sample first before we just buy a bottle. I think most of us try to live by that rule, but then some of us just jump out there when there's one that we really, really just like, even based on the pictures. I know that's the case for me. But swapping like this is not only fun, but we're just going to say it's part of our research. Oh, wow. Now that's interesting. I didn't even tell you what that one was. It's a Van Diemen's Monarch Butterfly. Oh, wow. And I like a good Van Diemen ink. I have a couple of bottles. Monarch Butterfly. Now that's just pretty. That is pretty. I can't wait to see the dry down of this one because that's pretty. Also, is there anybody out there watching that actually uses fountain pen inks for other things, for illustrations, for painting? Are you a real actual artist with these inks beyond the fountain pen? I'm not, but I would just be interested in knowing. Now I'm going to try not to put my hand in the inks below me. Okay. Butterfly. All right, we got through it. Not as painful as I thought, but definitely letting me know I got to get in some practice, and I will. But this is what our card looks like. This is what our swatches look like. I'm glad I did this card and did my swatch cards at the same time. 2 birds with 1 stone. But I like these colors. Probably will ink them all up at some point. Probably would really try them all because I do like them all for various reasons. Let me know what you think. Have you used any of these colors? Are any of these colors your favorites? Do you have any suggestions for me on what to do with them, or possibly what size nibs I should put them in? Let me know in the comments, please. And also, like the video if you did. Also, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It is free. And yeah, that's why I wanted to jump on tonight and just share a little ink play with you. Until my next video, guys, please love on your family. And I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.